already know what time it is.
Oh, yeah.
I am Matt P.
And I'm Jeremy Chase.
And this is Parking Lot Parables coming at you with yet another
episode.
And we hope everyone is having a good week so far. You know, it's another hump day.
Yep.
Another lunch period for some.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe taking a late lunch.
I don't know. Hey.
You know, get it in.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, we're almost to the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
This year, we're what?
Shoot, almost halfway through.
Yeah, we're working our way to almost halfway through this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you know, like we did last year, we just want to kind of take some time to evaluate, you know, reflect. Yeah, how far we've come as far as 2021 is concerned. You want to start this one off, bro?
Sure, man. And we're talking about, you know, what we've learned about ourselves, or, you know, learn in general. One thing I've learned is that a lot of like old friendships, old like just people that were in my life, I'm free from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think with anyone, whenever, you know, you lose friends or lose people in your life that were real close to you, it bothers you. You know, you got that certain hurt, that certain pain, that certain twinge of anger.
Yeah.
But I think the ultimate test is like seeing them in person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the major things that I've, you know, realized is that when I was so focused on what I was doing and, you know, what I needed to pursue, that like that other stuff, it just fell by the wayside. Like I didn't care no more. You know, I wasn't holding no grudges against anybody. Like I was just free, man. And I think I'm just, you know, growing to a state where I'm just like, people come and people go, but, you know, don't stay too attached to any one person, because it'll give you that hurt, you know. But I'm learning that I'm free from past friendships, relationships, you know. I'm exploring what's in my life right now.
Churches.
That too. Definitely.
Old employers.
Look, man, who you telling? But yeah, man, like I'm free, man, and I'm just, you know, grateful for that. Grateful to learn and grow from the experiences. But man, I'm free. I ain't going back, you know. Mm-hmm. So if you listen to this and you like, you know, we want to build the friendship again, no, that's over. That's gone. That's done. Like I'm in a new state of mind, you know, and I'm just going forward, man. So what's the first thing, you know, that 2021 has taught you about yourself, bro?
I used to think myself a patient man. I used to think I was a patient man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I think I've come to realize that maybe patience and tolerance aren't the same exact. Like, there's, I don't know, I feel like they might be slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
I tolerate some things.
Yeah.
Because of the particular situation. Don't mean I'm necessarily patient with it.
Yeah.
You know, but I tolerate it because I know I have there's a certain goal I'm trying to reach, you know, and I understand that, you know, I can't allow this particular thing or person to get me to that point, because there's something I want to do. There's a goal I'm trying to meet. Yeah. So, you know, I tolerate it for now.
I feel you. Shoot, man.
So I realize I'm not as patient as I thought.
Yeah, man, patience is hard to
not
learn.
Necessarily with a certain thing in life, but with people.
Yeah.
You know, I tolerate them.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
So I think I want to work more towards patience.
Yeah.
But right now, I got a pretty high tolerance, you know, because it's all about goals with me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more goal. I realize I'm a little more goal oriented than I thought I was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
Like you know, cause like I allow certain things to just like, man, whatever. I'm trying to get to this trying to make it happen. You know, so like people like come at you a certain way. Whereas one day, you know, at one point you'd have been like, man, who the you talking to? You know, that type of thing. There, you know, you realize like, just if it don't apply, let it fly.
Yeah, man. You know, sometimes you do gotta let them things go, and at the same time, don't let people run over you.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, and with that being said, yeah, I've never been that guy. Like, and you will get tried.
Oh yeah, man. Look, people be just crazy out here. They want to try you for any little thing. Like
the boldness of folks is on a whole nother level in 2021.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Especially since they started passing around these vaccines.
Oh yeah, man.
I'm not gonna get into the whole vaccine thing, you know, but it's just the mindset that has spawned since the vaccine became available to most people.
Yeah.
The mentalities and the mindsets and how people act. If you thought they were stupid before, you ain't seen nothing.
Especially in the Georgia, Florida region.
Yeah. Where ignorance is just moist down here.
It's
plentiful.
Yeah, man.
Very. It's just ripe. It's just all mad ripe down here with ignorance.
I mean, niggas gonna need.
Yeah. And by niggas, we ain't just talking about. We talking about here all the ignorant people.
Oh yeah, man.
Shoot, I think this. I used to work with this in this home for like mentally challenged. You know, they could handle themselves, but you know they needed help with like other things like cooking and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
And I think I said this once before. This guy, he was like everybody was a nigga to him.
Oh dang.
Yeah, white, black, it didn't matter. This white lady was like, well, I'm white. He's like, you a white nigga. I was like, well, I like this energy.
Look,
because she was ignorant. You know, I was like, hey, he got the right idea.
Man. That don't mean white folks don't y'all take this and say, well.
Hey, yeah, don't get beside yourself. Look, what I say about ignorance.
Okay.
Don't be ignorant.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, just you know, I'm looking forward to this year. Like, I'm looking forward to. I mean, I got a lot of things coming up. You know, the short term in the next few months. But I'm also setting goals. Like, I don't know. I think now it's like the older I've gotten, the more I've gotten out of the mindset of feeling like, oh man, I should have done this by now.
Yeah. Man.
You know, because they used to 4 or 5 years ago. They used to like beat. I used to beat myself over the head. Sure. But now I'm just looking where I started, how far I've come, and I don't necessarily look at how far I have to go.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think that can I feel like that could hinder you.
Yeah,
you know, that could hurt you if you focus on how far you have to go. So I mean, just taking things step by step. You know.
Yeah, bro.
Like we said before, you know, whatever goal it is or whatever you're trying to do, you know, you do the research. You know, you study your craft. You know, and so that's, I think, I don't know, that's one thing life this year has taught me is, you know, you can never learn too much. You know, you can never learn too much. Something else I've learned this year is you can never learn too much about what it is whatever it is you're trying to do in life. You can never learn too much about it.
Speaking of which, this year has definitely taught me about getting around like-minded people. I think me and you have both have seen people who sort of collab together, but everyone has a different attitude towards what you're doing. Like, it don't matter if it's like your job, it don't matter if you're doing a gig. Like, if everybody's not on the same page, like, it's not gonna flow.
True.
You know, especially when it comes to making money, man.
Yeah.
Like, that is like a super important thing, that everyone's in the same page, that you're going in the same direction. And I think when you build those partnerships and have those people that push you and you push them just as hard, it makes you better. It makes you, you know, want to drive. even in dating, man, like it makes me want to be like, okay, I may be a father one day. I'm gonna be a husband. Like I want to be able to provide a life where she doesn't have to work, even though she probably will, and that's okay. But being like partnership oriented, even me and you, bro, like I'm ready to make money, outside of everything we do.
Right.
And I'm just like, it's important who you have placed around you.
Right.
We have other friends that, some have been on the podcast and some are to come that I want to like build community with and be able to, grow, whether it's wealth or whatever. Like I've always been in the mindset of I want to know someone in every field.
Right.
Like if I need a doctor, I want to be able to call so and so to, do that. Like if I need a tutor, I want to be able to call someone else. Like I think it's important that we build these communities, especially in the black community, man, because we don't be knowing nothing. Like we don't be knowing who to go to, who's good at what. Like, man, it's struggle city because we don't be sharing info.
Yeah, everybody like this.
They're like, get it on your own, and so overprotective. Like, nah, man. Once you really like open up to people and just have a genuine heart for doing what you do, like that thing will open doors.
Ain't that crazy? Like how tight people can be with just information alone.
Oh yeah.
Something that takes like 5 minutes of your time to share.
Change someone's life, man.
It just 5 minutes. That's all it took. And like, they're mad tight with it.
Yeah.
Just the information alone. You hadn't like I asked you for some money.
Yeah, man. Like I'm always that person. And it's weird. I think sometimes people get scared when I give them information. I think me and you both have like, seen certain people where you like, help them with their podcast or help them, build their stuff. It's like, oh, that's a lot of information. But like I'm at a point where like I'm just gonna give it out. If they use it, cool. If they don't, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But man, I'm just, trying to be with like-minded people.
Speaking of which, that something else just came to mind. Because we were talking about like helping and giving out information. People, like they'll ask, right? They'll ask for the information.
Yeah.
Then you give them the information.
Yeah.
Then they don't want you to like walk them step by step. Like some folks just don't want to. Like it's like they have no drive. They want you to do it for them.
Yeah.
Like do everything for them. Look, I told you. I gave you the resources that you need. I gave you the information.
I'm gonna teach you how to fish.
But I'm not gonna fish for you.
Okay, look, them days are over, man.
Yeah, like I was like, how draining that is. Like you constantly having to tell this person, boom, boom. So I mean, you like a broken record, and for what?
Yeah, man.
I'm like, I know I've said this at least 4 times to you. Why are you asking yet again?
Man, I have people that come to my job just to see me because they need help with one thing, and it be the same thing over and over. It could be something as simple as uploading pictures, man. I'm like, you ain't learned this yet? And I'm like, are you really here just to get what I got and leave? Like, what happens if I'm not here no more? What you gonna do?
They're gonna be lost. I can go ahead and tell you. I mean, because like, I mean, not saying that they couldn't make it on their own, but I mean, they've already shown and proved that they don't have the drive to make it on their own.
Yeah.
I'm like, you done walked them step by step. You practically started it for them.
Yeah, man. Like, that's why you gotta have your own drive. I think it's important that we have our own passions, our own things that we want to do. Because, like, if you're not pursuing something that makes you excited, that makes you joyful whenever you're practicing or, doing what you do, like, that's a sign that maybe that's not it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even recall just these last 6 months alone, coming into the new year, how many people I ran into, they claim they have a passion for this or they claim they have a passion for that. Yeah. And then, like, you offer
Yeah.
like something to help them in their passion, and like they don't act on it.
Yeah.
Like simple stuff, like you know, help them figure out how to do this, help them figure out how to do that, and like they asking you offered, and then like they don't act on it, or you like have to constantly hit them up trying to find a time. Like, nah, ain't nobody got time for that, man.
Look, nowadays I just be like, okay, you need this, cool, just let me in. Nope, just let me know whenever you want to do it. And I don't hear back.
Oh well.
I mean, it is what it is.
Start charging people.
Look, man. But yeah, man, I think, you know, like we were saying, like it's okay to give out information, but like if people aren't taking advantage of it, like you might need to have that talk. But like, do you really want to do this? Like, are you really about this life? Because if not, I ain't gonna waste my time.
You can't be afraid to cut communications with folks.
Oh yeah.
Especially if they're starting to like like stress you out a little bit. Like, look here, fam. Yeah. I know I done told you, like, you starting to stress me out a little bit. Now, I done told you, man.
That block button works well.
Ain't nothing to it. Just slide.
Yeah. And what's understood don't need to be explained. So you ain't even got to give an explanation. They know.
Like, yeah, you know, don't even play stupid. Yeah, you know what you did.
Yeah.
You know, or the lack thereof, what you should have been doing but didn't do.
Yeah, man. But yeah, like I think, you know, when you do have the heart to help people, it can be taken advantage of, and you know, you have to be wary of people who only see you for a certain thing and it's like, well, I can get this for free out of them. I'm like, no longer, man. I think it's when you have like-minded people, that's cool. But when it's just someone that just wants you to do everything for them, I'm charging.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you want me to do what? Okay.
Yeah, watch how ghost they get.
Here's my fee.
Watch how ghost.
And I ain't cutting prices. Man, this is my fee. Charging. That's it. This is the discount. Like, man, shoot. Like, it's weird how people be wanting black people to charge less, but you paying all these other people way more for the same thing. And I'm like, man, it's hard work out here, dude.
I ain't gonna lie, that's a two-way street, because like although black folks are bad about trying to get the discount from black businesses, sometimes these black businesses be tripping.
Oh yeah. Now if you ain't got quality product and service, no, like, you don't need to be charging that.
Yeah,
much.
like and that's the crazy part. Like, bro, like it be like, I don't know, I be seeing it both ends. Like even the service, sometimes the quality be trash.
Yeah.
Or the quality straight, but the service is trash. Or the quantity is trash.
Yeah, man.
Like, so like I feel like on that front, yeah, everybody need to do better, boy.
Okay,
like,
I'm trying to tell you.
But we can only work on ourselves individually.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing I've learned. This one thing, another thing I've come to understand. You know, you can there's no sense in wasting time talking about what so and so need to do.
Yeah. Work on yourself.
Just cut ties when you work on yourself. Yeah. I'm cutting ties like, boy, I ain't got a tie in my closet no more. When I cut so many ties.
Look,
like,
man.
it's serious business. It's serious business. Like, it's just.
Yeah. I mean, it be like that though, man. Like, you know, when stuff is no longer serving you a purpose, and I understand that, you know, we have mentored people and we've helped people and we've, you know, been that big brother in a lot of ways. Like sometimes it get to a point where like you be wilding too much.
Yeah, because
like,
I mean, you might be coming in and you might be thinking, well, this sounded real selfish. Like, sound like y'all about. I mean, that's not what we saying, man. Like, but at some point, and you know when that point is. Yeah. Like, you don't drag this mess out for years. It don't take years for people to get themselves together. No. And if it do, there's nothing that you can do to help them get themselves together. I mean, really, you shouldn't have been trying. You shouldn't have been trying that in the first place. Yeah. So you stick a quarter up your own tail because you just played yourself.
Yeah. Straight up, man.
So, I mean, you can't change anybody. So, I mean, whether it's relationship or, you know, their personal life, drug use, or they just like immature as I don't know what and can't seem to get their life together, you can't change that.
Oh, no.
You gotta, all you can do is pray for them and go on.
Yep.
I done be like, I done told you. I know I done told you. So, I mean, I ain't telling you again.
Look.
You know, because, shoot.
Okay.
Even my children, when they come along, go like, I'm like, look, fam, you 18 now, 18 and 3/4. I done told you.
I'm telling you.
So man. I prepared you for this. You still want to cut up? All right, say later.
Man, look, people be like so crazy when it comes to, you know, just helping out. Like, they be wanting the most.
Yeah, they want everything done for them. I mean, and that's what we're saying. Don't be out here breaking your neck trying to do everything for everybody.
Especially if your stuff is going by the wayside. Don't ever let that happen. But yeah, man, like, we've learned a whole bunch of stuff about ourselves this year. One other thing I've learned is that my faith is not determined by a church. Not saying that, you know, you shouldn't. Not saying that I'm not like against going to church, but what I am saying is that I'm not totally relying on the church itself. I think sometimes we idolize church, man, and I'm just like, you know, I'm at the point where
we have put going to church over the actual having a relationship with Christ.
Oh yeah, man.
Because we understand, you know, the word says, "Forsake not the assembling of the believers together." You know, exactly. I'm paraphrasing, but that doesn't necessarily mean a church building. Like as long as you are amongst other believers, at the end of the day, that's all that really matters.
Look, I don't think many people understood that verse until 2020 hit. Well, we had to take things out of the four walls. You know?
So like,
man, I've been I know some people they will bash about, you know, watching church online, and now look at them. Oh, here sitting there. How you do this? Need help with that? But yeah, man, like, you know, like I'm not saying I'm not going to join the church. But I am saying that, you know, I'm taking full control of my relationship. It's no longer, I wouldn't say no longer, it's never been the church's responsibility how my relationship with Christ is, how my relationship with my faith is, you know. And I think once we get that mindset, we'll live freer, we'll be able to do more, we'll be able to have more power within ourselves. I think we still look at, you know, certain pastors or leaders or whoever as like the communication to get to God, you know? It's like, God hears you too. Like, he's giving you the Holy Spirit, so you ain't got to go around the back to get a word. You ain't got to pay a prophet. You ain't got to do none of that. Like, man, I think once we learn what advantage we have right now, like, we'll be able to do incredible things. Like we could be used just the same way, you know. But yeah, man, I'm definitely on the path of, you know, seeking my own faith. You know, studying myself. You know, I think I was so reliant on, you know, what the preacher told me that I never checked behind. It was like, well, what is this verse really saying? You know, but now I'm like, look, let me reread this, make sure it's saying what they say it's saying.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I encourage everybody to do that, you know, not because of any experience I said I've went through or we went through, but because the Bible literally says study to show yourselves approved. Yeah, man. You know, so meaning study for yourself, not hang on the word of your leaders. That's not in the Bible.
No, man.
You know, so.
Because even in the Bible, like, people were saying one thing but doing another. Yeah. Like the Pharisees, they were, you know, saying one thing but wilding out. You know? So that's why you always got to have your own relationship. Because even Jesus was like, what they saying is right, but they ain't doing what they say. But yeah, man, like I'm just, at a point where my relationship with God is more important than, being confounded or I don't even know what I'm saying, but being trapped in a situation where like only God is speaking to one person, And like I said, I'm definitely not against church at all. Like I'm ready to find my true church home.
I think at this point, if anybody who heard what you said, heard in their mind, if their mind translated, oh, he's against church, then that's exactly what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you go seek help.
Yeah.
Go ahead and handle that.
There's no way I could be against church because we are the church. Like it's not the four walls. It's not the constructs that we put on it as our human nature. Like it's us, So be careful. Where you're so much in bondage that you don't even see it. If you're blindly following someone, take a look back. Open your eyes and be like, hey, is this really helping me? Is this making me a better person? Is it, creating a better relationship with Christ on my own? Like, I think anybody should be able to hear God from themselves. No matter who they are, how experienced in the spirit they are. Like, no, man, like you should be able to hear God and be able to decipher for yourself, whether this is the way or this not, because your leader's not going to be there all the time to make decisions for you. Mm-hmm. So, I just encourage people to pursue your relationship deeper within your own time. Not saying you got to leave the church tomorrow or anything like that. No, that's not what I'm saying. But just create that relationship. And when you do, it'll open your eyes. Mm-hmm. Like, it will really open your eyes and be like, hold up, that don't sound right. Mm-hmm. Like, my word sort of interprets it a little different than what was said. I think when you study for yourself, it'll show you. And then you can actually have the ability to judge the spirit by the spirit. Mm-hmm. When your spirit ain't right with something, it'll tell you. It'll tell you. But yeah, man, there's a couple of things I learned about myself in 2021.
Yeah, a couple of things 2021 has taught us thus far. And we'll probably touch on some more stuff at the end of the year.
Oh yeah, man.
Well, I mean, I ain't really got nothing else to add, bro. What you
True, yeah. I ain't got too much, man.
Yeah, so I mean, what has 2021 taught y'all about yourself so far? Y'all chime in down there in the comments, let us know something. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't considered that, it's always good to take an inventory, a mental inventory,
mm-hmm.
See where you're at so far in life, and see what life or what have you learned about yourself. And if you haven't learned anything about yourself, I think you need to step back and take a look, because it's important.
Yeah.
That's important. That's an important thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, take a self-inventory and stay away from the foolishness.
Stay away from the foolishness.
Speaking of which, y'all already know what time it is.
Oh, yes.
It is Miss Me with the Foolishness. What we talking about, bro?
All right, so we got this lady in Michigan who glues their eyes shut after mistaking nail glue for eye drops. So this woman nearly lost her vision, and she's from Michigan. She mistook a bottle of nail glue for eye drops, and the woman said that she went to sleep with her contact lenses in, but woke up at 1 o'clock a.m. and wanted to take them out because her eyes were dry. She said when she reached inside her purse and grabbed what she believed to be eye drops, instead she took a similarly sized white bottle of nail glue, which she typically uses to repair broken fingernails. So she was with her husband and she was like, oh my goodness, it dropped in my eye. I tried to wipe it away and it sealed my eye shut. And she said she started throwing cold water and was trying to pull her eyes apart, but couldn't. So she screamed for her husband to call 911, and she was rushed to the hospital, where doctors opened her eye and removed her contact lenses. They told her that her contact lenses saved her vision, because of course they got that little coating that protects it from immediately infecting the eye. But he said, you'll probably lose your lashes. Because they had to pull them out.
She lost her lashes.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a few things to say about this, because this is actually, ironically, this is in my actual profession. This is what I do. Opticianry.
This is a sticky situation.
So I tell people all the time, after I show them how to put contacts in their eye, don't sleep in them.
Yeah.
And this is why, because when they wake up, their eyes are gonna be dry. Me, I've messed around and fell asleep in contacts for like an hour and a half, like 2 hours, and my eye was like red.
Yeah.
Had a little stuff in it. I messed around and fell asleep overnight one time. Eyes was blurry.
Oof.
Eyes red. I had a little stuff in the middle of the eye. So like, this is what people do. And I know people who sleep in, now they make contacts to where you can sleep in them all night, but people don't like to buy those because it's too expensive. So they rather just put their eyes in jeopardy. And this is what happened with her. She woke up, eyes were dry. She's probably been sleeping in her contacts. Well, she got caught slipping this time.
Oh, yeah.
She couldn't see because her eyes were dry. She had the contacts in, but they're so dry she couldn't see nothing.
Yeah.
So this is exactly why you should not sleep in your contacts right here. Now she done lost her lashes because she was too lazy to take the contacts out.
Man, she like old girl with the Gorilla Glue. Like, what's up with all these people with glue, bruh? Like, first the hair, now the eyes. What's next?
See, she should have cut a light on. She probably reached in the purse, didn't even bother to cut the light on to see if it was actually what she needed or not.
Yeah, man.
More than likely, that contact, when she put that drop, it probably did. The glue probably got on the contact and her eyelid.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it got on her, her actually on her eye,
she
probably
done.
It probably been
been a wrap.
Yeah, no, she got the field down.
Man, that is crazy.
See, this is the type of ignorance I'm talking about right here. A mistake. Nah, that wasn't really a mistake. Shouldn't have been sleeping in them contacts.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure she probably went to glasses after that. Like, man.
Now she got to wear fake eyelashes.
Which is one of my biggest pet peeves.
Yeah, walking around with them doggone
Venus flytrap.
Doggone Swiffers. Doggone Swiffer mops on their doggone.
Man.
Doggone mops on their doggone eyelashes. Doggone brooms, boy.
Man.
Doggone wings. Red Bull on your eyelids.
Look, I be like, ooh. They be looking surprised as mess. I'm
like, why you looking like that? Like, your eyelashes be crooked.
Yeah, man.
Bruh.
I've seen a lot of like dangerous videos of people having their eyelash stuck too.
Man, look, I had to I was trying to pre-test somebody one time. My eyelashes were so long.
Yeah.
And fake that the machine couldn't even read it. I was like, yeah, you gonna take them off right quick. So just pull them right all off. I'm like,
yeah, bruh.
Whole facial expression change.
Woo. Dang.
I'm like, hey man. Well, that's what happens, man. That's what happens.
Man, you be up there trying to check their eyes. Is it one or two? Say, what's that little string? It look like a roach in the lenses. Man.
Yep. Well, hey man, she learned a very valuable lesson.
Yeah. I mean,
and guess what? She probably gonna go back to sleeping in the contacts eventually.
Yeah. That's if she can wear them right now.
Now she probably gonna have to chill out for a while, but more than likely she'll be able to go back to wearing contacts, and she gonna go back to sleeping in them. That's a hard habit to break.
Yeah.
Cause instead of getting eye surgery, they'd rather put their eyes in jeopardy by sleeping in the contacts.
Golly, man.
Shoot. I mean, you gotta be careful with contacts. I heard of a guy who he was grilling and messed around and he was standing over that heat too long and he melted his contacts onto his eye.
Ooh. Oh no.
So they had to like surgically remove him and remove his cornea.
Dang. Ooh.
So that, I mean, anatomy wise, the cornea is like it's like the part of the eye that sits right on top of the colored part of the iris.
Yeah.
So they done cut his iris about to be, it was exposed. They had to, I don't know, I think they put a donor, took a donor's cornea and replaced it. But you gotta be careful out here.
Yeah.
So for all y'all who sleep in contacts, just think that could be you.
Yeah.
And if it is and it get reported, I'm gonna be in talking about you too.
Look, man.
So,
yeah.
Oh man, we still got a ways to go. What are we working on? Man, we trying to do something big for the 100th episode. I don't know. Y'all got any suggestions? What y'all would like to see us do for the 100th episode?
Oh yeah.
Y'all drop them in the comments or put them email us at parkinglotparables@gmail.com.
Oh yes, sir.
You know, you got any announcements you want to make, bro?
Me and Matt are working on something, and it's coming real soon. So be on the lookout for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, for sure. If you want to follow me at Matthew Priest on Facebook, Matthew_E_Priest on Instagram, and Unprecedented NP on Snapchat and Twitter.
Oh yeah, if you want to follow me, you can follow me at The Chase Harden on all social media platforms.
And once again, I am Matt P.
And I'm Jeremy Chase.
One time.
Yes, sir.